When you talk about some of the best and most iconic inspirational sports films, the Rockies, the Rudies, the Remember the Titans, you have to put this film in that conversation. Now, this is one to go see. Folks, let's jump into my review of the new film, The Hill. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film, The Hill, coming to theaters August 25th. As I mentioned, when you talk about some of those great and iconic inspirational sports films, Rocky, Rudy, Remember the Titans, and the list just goes on and on and on, the Mighty Ducks, The Hill is certainly deserving to be in that conversation. And if you had never checked out any of those films, if you're looking for a film that you need some like encouragement, or rather it's somebody else that needs encouragement, and then a film that's really based around never giving up hope, this is that. This is that feel-good story. This is that story to get you back on your right foot when things aren't looking that good. And with it being based on a true story, it just has so much heart to it. And then the research behind it that you may want to explore just really takes you in a really good and positive direction. And this is the story about Rickey Hill and truly a very almost impossible journey to becoming a major league baseball player. This film stars Dennis Quaid, COLIN FORD, JOELLE CARTER. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And coming back to COLIN FORD, who stars as the he's playing the person. I want to say the character. He's playing the person, Rickey Hill, the adult version, should I say, or the teenage adult version of him. Because the film truly is kind of broken in two halves here. You do get the younger days, and you see him as a kid and everything that he endured as a kid. And then when you get about halfway through the film, that's when you see things really take you to the next chapter of his life. And that, yeah, they connect, and it is his life. So yes, there's continuity, but in fact, it does almost feel like two separate films at times, because it is like a turning of the page. Here we are when he's older. But let's talk about the younger days now, because, Rickey, beyond just not having that support system around him, he also has some health challenges that really made it impossible, almost impossible for him, and no one gave him a chance because of this. And that goes into his degenerate spinal disease. And with that, he had to wear these braces. The braces sort of like, if you remember Forrest Gump, that he had to wear on his legs. So he had to wear those. So he got teased. And when it came down to him and in his heart, knowing he was a good player, although he was a great player, some people saw it, some people didn't. But some people just looked at the braces and said, I don't want that kid around. Other kids, I don't want that kid around. But he never gave up. And with his brother being truly, his brother and a childhood female friend of his truly being his motivation and support system. And I can even say his grandmother, but his father never wanted it to happen. Like, his father was definitely very pro-church. His father, James Hill, he was portrayed, or Dennis Quaid portrayed James Hill. He was very much in the belief that his son should be a follower of God, and he should follow his steps. And we see the struggles that James has as well with, at one point being the pastor of a church, and then practically being ran, or literally being ran out of a town, and having to start over, not being able to support his family, and it just changed everything. But he kept his faith strong, but his faith didn't allow him to see other miracles happen around him. And going back to Rickey was truly a one-of-a-kind player. I mean, again, having this degenerate spinal disease, but yet folks saying he's the best hitter I ever seen. And I really love like the production, because like when this boy swung the bat, you felt it and you cheered and you knew it was special. It wasn't just because it was said, but like when you watched it, you like, I can see something special. Whether you watch baseball or not, you can see something special with this little kid's talent here. But you know, talking about the Rickey over the years, he just stuck with it. And I mentioned that he had a childhood friend who truly believed in him. That's Gracie. And Colin and Sienna, who portrays Gracie, they have amazing chemistry. And when they get to that point in Rickey's life, so you really buy into not only the support system, but like, really, Rickey looking at Gracie as that person that was like that battery that just kept him motivated. Although his brother was there too, but like, you know, it's that female touch and that female sort of presence that just really kept him, even when times looked impossible, when all the odds was against him. So I really love like the chemistry between Sienna and Colin on screen. I think they really brought an extra element to already a heartfelt story here. And there's so many good moments, like talking about the themes here, because there's tons of good messages as well. One is like never to give up, to keep at it, and it's okay to be a dreamer. You know, even when everything seems to be against you, it's okay to be a dreamer. And with that, I got to tell you, like the score really just kept elevating each and every scene, whether it was just drowning you in emotions or if it was lifting you and uplifting you in encouragement. Like, it did it all. It really did it all. And then, like, again, like I said, like, you know, this was just about this kid who just loved the sport of baseball. And there was moments within being on the field, being on the diamond, or being on the hill, because the hill is like what they call baseball on the mound or whatnot, but whatever. But when they took the action, when they took the film to the baseball diamond, you really had these like breathtaking moments and developments and just action. Like it really gave you all of that. Like truly, really struck iron in every department on this film. And I just thought, like, you know, with that, the obviously bright and encouragement spots. You even could go back to his dad, and his dad having his own story in Revelations again, James really trying to stick, you know, strong to his faith and his religion, and trying to support his family, but also not supporting Rickey and his, and like that clash. So we see that relationship get tested over the years and whatnot. And with all of this, they even had moments to sneak in comedy and humor. It's just, I'm telling you, like, this film really just worked really well. And then y'all already know what time it is when you check out a sports film. Oh yeah, there's moments to cheer, clap, and celebrate. Oh, for sure. Because again, when all of the odds are against Rickey persevere. And that's that resilience, that thing I really love in humans, that resilience factor that we see with Rickey over it. So like, listen, it's really a fantastic film. Production, acting, the story, the plot, the themes. And I'll be honest, I had to fight back tears. There were some moments that was just kind of like, wow. Like, I was just wow. And I love baseball. And to see somebody who health pretty much put him on borrowed time. And then with his health, everyone counted him out, and he still made it. So I think watching a film and then going to do your research, and then even when you stick through the credits, because through the credits you'll see some photography, and then you'll get to see what Rickey's up to, which again, you know, because if you didn't know it was by this review, you know, but if you end up watching this film, you didn't realize that it was based on a true story. And you also realize that it has a good, positive, happy ending. You know, a feel-good story that leaves you like refreshed and motivated and rejuvenated. Like, it's one of those stories, because you think with all this stuff and all this, you're like, oh, it's gonna be some type of tragedy or something at the end. No, it really is a true feel-good story. So fear not. From top to bottom, you're gonna have a fantastic story that, to me, is truly about never giving up hope, and that encouragement booster that you may need, or someone else that may need. It gives you all of that. And again, it's just fantastic acting. The director, Jeff, just knocks it out the park, really making the young cast shine. The vets, these names that you do know, of course, they're going to show up and do what they got to do. COLIN FORD, our lead in the second half of the film, just blows it out the water. And as I mentioned, across from Sienna, who is there, and just their chemistry really works. I mean, up and down the board. I could literally name the entire cast if I wanted, but I'm just telling you that you're going to expect fantastic performances up and down the board, which leads me to say one last thing. Go check out The Hill, folks. It's going to be in theaters August 25th. Once you check it out, let me know in the comments your thoughts about it. Let me know if you shed tears, and it's okay. I had to fight them back, and I really, really, really wanted to. And I was that close, and it was well-deserving. But you let me know your thoughts about this film. And as always, stick around for more reviews very soon.